Will it be enough? Monk gonna get a convert too? Need to see more prediction from the Max? This is it. It's all or nothing. This is a critical part in the game. Imperial Age coming in from the Max. Counter Castle coming up. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another recorded game. It's been a while since you've seen me on the channel. That's because I have been doing things for medical school applications. I'm past most of it, and probably preparing for the interview stage now. So I should have a little bit more time to get back into streaming. I've also been splitting some of my time into streaming with Voobly Official, which is why you have not seen me stream on my own channel for a while. But we will finish up the Joan of Arc series and be getting back into that a little more in the future. And this game I'm going to bring to you, this is a live game that I'm casting it at this moment, but it's a matchup between TheMax and Really Diao. Both these players are, of course, in the Escape Champions League, so they're looking to get as much experience as possible and sharpen their skills as much as possible, and what better way to do that than on our favorite map, my favorite map anyway, Arabia. So we have a 1-versus-1 rated matchup between TheMax and Really Diao. Also, I'll be calling him Vivi this game, because I better know him by that name. And they've been playing a series here on Voobly for a while, and it's been pretty close games. So I fully expect this to be a great matchup. These are random civilizations, and this is a Saracens versus Burmese war. Oh boy, because as I think about that, the Burmese are one of the strongest civilizations at this moment. This is before all the nerfs. The nerfs are coming in the next patch on HD if you've been paying attention. And they are already here if you're watching Escape Champions League. But for rated games on Voobly, they have not come yet. And the nerf that I'm talking about is the nerf, of course, to the Arambai, costing 25 win more. So they're still just as strong in this game as they will be. So I'm looking for the Max. What is the Max going to do to really put some pressure on this Burmese player here? And boy, I do love the Burmese with Vivi's playstyle, but we'll get into that in a second. The first thing the Max can do is he can pull in some extra deer, get a little bit extra food. He needs every advantage that he can take. So Saracens versus Burmese. Saracens? Oh boy, what kind of advantages could they have? You could use your market, okay. I don't know if that'll win you a game, but that can help a little bit. They have good cavalry archers, and sometimes when you go up against another unit, a unique unit like the Arembai or the Conquistador, cavalry archers can be a strong option. They're not super great for the Saracens, but they're pretty decent. So maybe we'll look into that. And other than that, it might be a little bit hard to put a little bit of pressure on Vivi, again, especially with this playstyle. And let's take a look at the Max's map for a quick second here. He's got a exposed gold. Ooh boy, exposed second gold, exposed stone, hasn't found his 2 sheep, exposed berries, terrible wood line. This is one of the worst Arabia maps I've seen in a long time. Only good thing for the Max though is he's trying to do his best to lure these deer in, which will definitely give him a boost to his economy. He's doing great on food right now. But I'm really looking, with this kind of map, the Max needs to dictate the pace of this game. And especially not lose a villager to a boar here. But that's looks like he's going to get that boar lure in. A really terrible map from the Max. Vivi, he's got a back wood line. It's nice and safe. Berries, okay, exposed. Stone exposed. Gold, he's going to wall this all in. So this is a pretty decent map from Vivi once he walls it in. And he's got 2 forward stones. So this is a potential area that the Max can exploit if he goes forward. But the problem is, of course, the Burmese. They get extra attack on their infantry. Once they hit the feudal age, they get a good eco bonus in the very beginning when they get into feudal age with the free lumber camp upgrade, so it's a little bit hard to pressure the Burmese. As well, Vivi's a very aggressive player. I'm going to be doing a series, eventually, I'm getting around to it, a series highlighting the differences in playstyle between the players, and Vivi is going to be the first one of those players to be featured. Because he has such a unique playstyle. He's very aggressive, he likes to take control of the map, he likes to dictate the pace of the game, which is not something all players would like to do. Some players can be more defensive, such as a player like Doubt, sometimes the Viper as well. But Vivi, he always dictates the pace of the game, sometimes to his disadvantage. But either way, it's always a fun game when you watch Vivi play. Interestingly enough, Vivi's chosen to place 2 farms in the back here. These are the 2 weakened villagers, but he's placed it in the back because he knows his opponent is over the front side, which doesn't bode well, again, if the Max wants to go for some pressure. Sometimes you look to put towers on the farms, but that's looking way into advance. Obviously, the Max not going to be able to do too much damage with those walls that are coming up. These are some pretty These are some pretty good walls for this kind of map. And it's very unusual to see Vivi walling up so heavily, you know, in his games. But the map calls for it. This is a pretty wallable map. Take a look at the scouting at the max. This is so crucial. We have the max basically scouting all the critical resources, sees the shape of Vivi's map, sees that Vivi is walling, even going to try to prevent this villager from finishing it off, I think. No, he's going to just walk around it. Don't think he would... Gonna try. He's got a little bit of a hill here. No, he's not. Not really worth it. In fact, he's even got his scout walled in, which can be good and bad. Obviously, you can see a lot with the scout. Probably keep it alive for a while. Oh, actually, there's a hole there. Wow. Okay, because the diagonal gates are really weird. Okay, so he's going to get a scout out. Both players going up to the next age 22 population for the max. That's relatively early. And double archer range. Now, the max has made a conscious decision here that he wants to go double archer range. Can be risky if you're going to be pressured early, but the max, with his great scouting, has seen all the walls from Vivi, has not seen an early barracks, which lots of times the Burmese like to do, again, with their strong men-at-arms. So he feels safe going double archer range this early on. Can be a very risky strategy if you don't have the right scouting information. This is why scouting is so essential. It shapes your strategy. You could take, you know, in some situations this would be a risk, but not in this situation because Vivi knows exactly the situation that he's in from his scouting. Let's take a look at Vivi's scouting. So Vivi is later to scout the Max's base. He's only seen these things right now. Vivi's probably saying to himself right now, you know, the Max is a really exposed map. He's going to see the double archery ranges and 4 on gold, which means probably an archer-skirmisher mix. And now he's going to go with an archery range and skirmishers. He's a little bit behind. Just got his archery range up now. Obviously went up to the feudal age with 2 extra villagers. That's a more defensive build. Means he should have some good resources, but will be behind on the army production for right now. At the trade-off of probably having more farms here. And in fact, he's choosing to invest about 180 wood into these 3 farms and these extra farms rather than adding a second archery range right away. And even got a little spearman to help with the scouting a little bit. So the max, he's going to go aggressive right here. Going to send forward 4 villagers, a spearman, he's supposed to deal with the starting scout, and the scout cavalry. And he's going to try to do some damage. However, Vivi, he's got some skirmishers at home already. The walls seem to be good enough. They are protecting the wood, they're protecting the gold. Archers in the feudal age will not be able to range the gold. So this is very good building placement from Vivi. And all Vivi has to do is have enough skirmishers, maybe even with fletching, and just wait until he's able to get it to the castle age. Should be sooner up because, again, seeded those farms instead of investing into the archery ranges and went up to the next age a little bit later. On 26 population, I believe. And anything happened here? It doesn't look like it. KD's still 0-0. Both players with advantages and disadvantages so far to their strategy. The Max will try to wall it up here. One thing I'd like to see in play here is the Saracens do get an attack bonus versus buildings, which of course does include palisade buildings. Looks like really tried to get through that gate while I was over looking at the other part of the map, but you're not going to be able to get through skirmishers. Now obviously Vivi's spending a little bit of food on these skirmishers, but not too much. I still fully expect him to get it to the next age earlier. And we're looking at like a archer-skirmisher mix versus full archers. I would be interested to see if the Max would like to add more skirmishers here. And maybe he's going to get a little lucky and try to pick off one of these villagers. The spearman's going to go down. Max really try to do his best to try to wall up the map here. This side is going to be very difficult. This is a lot of resources invested. This is only single layer thick palisade wall. Very weak. I am a little curious to see the food count, and let me see if I can use the spectator dashboard. Let's see. One of these buttons here. I can't remember. So we have 400 food for Vivi. And the Max, 100 food. Lots more resources in the bank for Vivi. However, the Max, going to use that Saracen market. It's only 100 wood to put down, and it's, of course, very efficient. And maybe we'll buy a little bit of food. Maybe sell stone if you're feeling a little ballsy. And just as we predicted, Vivi with the extra farms early is going to be able to go up to the next stage sooner. However, Vivi is stuck on skirmishers. He's, of course, only been on one archery range. That's the trade-off he's had. And he's going to add another archery range. This is not exactly playing to his civilization's strength. The Burmese don't get +2 armor on the archery units. Not a big deal for crossbows. It's a very big deal again with skirmishers going against archery range type units. And if you're the Max right now, I think you have to feel pretty good about your position and how this game has gone. I would have really liked to see, you know, Vivi's got a good map, but that's not really an excuse not to be aggressive. And I think with Vivi's civilization, with the Max's map, Vivi should have really tried to put on a little bit of pressure. You even saw here how a single scout and a single spearman were able to almost maybe even get a villager kill, at least do a little bit of harassment. Imagine what a whole attack could do with men-at-arms or something early. But regardless, this is all part of the plan for Vivi. Vivi is, in fact, going to not stay on skirmishers for a while, but, in fact, going to get out his Arambai. And big problem here, actually, for Vivi. This stone is very exposed. That's why he's mining it with so many villagers. Really wants to get this castle out to help protect the stone. This could provide a moment of opportunity for the Max if he's able to get over to the stone before the castle's up. Meanwhile, the Max is attempting to put up this wall. That's a lot of archery range units. We have 15 versus 22. The Max can certainly fight off this large group of skirmishers if he is on the hill. And let's hope he can get these palisade walls directing towards the hill before these skirmishers come in. Lead skirmisher coming in right now. Remember, Vivi's in the castle age. And that upgrade's going to come in right at the right time. Perfect timing from the Max, from Vivi. And not going to get a villager kill, but will be able to come on in. And all this is doing is keeping the Max at home, while Vivi feels the luxury to add a town center right now onto that stone. Not going to go for the castle right away. Similar upgrades coming from the Max. The Max should be able to push this back. Right now, Vivi being full aggressive right now. That's just due to the way the map has generated itself, and with the strategy decisions these players have chosen to go for. And right now, the Max has to go in right now. Lead skirmisher will be done in just a second here. And go in right now. Go in. Don't want the skirmishers to get any villager kills here. You're gonna try. And that's it. Could even bring out a single knight. The knight is more so to disrupt the formation. Won't be able to do too much damage without an armor upgrade there. There's the first armor upgrade. That'll make a world of difference. But kind of throwing away your knights there. That's a little bit of an expensive loss there. And this will be an expensive loss too, trading skirmishers versus crossbows. +1 armor almost done. This is going to make a huge difference. Can't take a hit here with the skirmishers. Yeah, it's going to take a big hit there. But here we go. +1's armor's done. And suddenly, this knight that looks almost identical from before the armor is now going to be doing a world of hurt to these skirmishers. That invisible armor upgrade. Boy, would I wish if there was a visual mod for that. And that knight should just be able to clean up those skirmishers. Run away with the crossbows. Don't need to lose anymore. Right now, the Max, he's got a good army control right now. Gonna have a huge military advantage. Some pretty, these are some units that you don't want to see. You don't want to see crossbow and knight combination. However, castle's already up from Vivi. Vivi's had enough time to get a stone. Has kept these crossbows at bay for a while. The crossbows are, of course, not in the front of Vivi's base, and now this castle can get up. And now this could be a little bit of a problem. Now, crossbows, skirmishers, in this mass, not gonna really... They're going to be okay against the Remba. I think they should do fairly well, because the Remba has a fairly low pierce armor. And they, of course, have a pretty good mass here. The Knight's not going to do well against the Remba. However, really important that the Max gets some of these walls up. These walls won't stay long against the Remba. The problem with the Remba is that they're such great raiders, just like the Conquistador. Even Cavalry Archer. And additionally, another problem for the Max is behind in economy. Behind by 6 villagers now. Probably will be behind by 10 villagers by the time this town center gets up. So the Max, he's going to try to do some damage now. This is his opportunity. There's a little bit of a weak point here. Okay, villager's going to run back. It'll take a little bit of time for these Harambai to get massed up to get a proper defense. Might even consider a siege workshop here. And if I had the resources, I would go with the siege workshop. But of course, we do have elite skirmishes here. They have decent upgrades. Again, no +2 armor. That means they will falter like this. As you can see, they would not die if they had the +2 armor like that. And so quick walls coming up from Vivi. Max, is he gonna dive in here? Ooh boy, I don't know if this is right. Yeah, that town center doing quite a bit of damage. I think it might have been worth it to dive in there if these quick walls did not come up, because sometimes the town center can attack the skirmisher. If the town center attacks the skirmisher, it's not really doing much damage. But regardless, that's going to be barely enough defense from Vivi, which puts him in a good situation. The Max is getting a little bit of good army value here, picking off skirmisher after skirmisher. But I bet you Vivi's getting ready to move out and do some damage here. As you can see, the Max doing his best to... Now, house wall behind this. A house wall plus a palisade. That's decent wall. But it's going to take a while before he can house wall the whole thing. Max trying to be a little annoying, get a little lucky there with the villager kill. Villager's actually equal right now. This has done quite a bit of damage to Vivi's economy. Distracting Vivi, taking villagers off of wood, off of food, losing some skirmishers. So that's why he's behind a little bit on the villager count. However, Vivi gonna look to make this up somehow. Again, these are just palisade thick walls. Palisade wall thick walls. 250 HP only. How in the world is Vivi going to defend from this? Going to get a university for ballistics. The answer is going to try to make more archery type units. I would even add a third archery range here. You have not seen a siege workshop yet. You need more archery range units to deal with the Rambai. You need like a whole group to attack. You need a whole group to defend. And this might be a little bit of a mistake. It looks like Vivi's brought forward some more of his archer type units to try to do some more damage, but at the same time, probably does not have enough units to defend at home. University might get denied, and some of these villagers could be going down now. And here we go. This village is going to go down. This is not enough units yet to defend from their Rambai. These are good upgrades, but I don't... This Rambai has so much attack that I don't think it matters too much. And it looks like, once again, barely enough to defend. This is a good thing when you have barely enough to defend. That means you're using your resources properly. Siege Workshop does get up finally for Vivi. And these units are moving in straight into the base and doing quite a bit of damage. Now, the Max at a 6-7 villager lead. Wow, what a situation this has been. On the one hand, you know, Vivi had everything going for him. He's got the CIV going for him. He's got the better map. You know, chose the strategy that exploits that a little bit, at least. You know, exploits his, makes good use out of his good map, although he did not exploit his opponent's bad map. And maybe that was his weakness this game in that strategy decision, which is what allowing the Max to get ahead in the score here. 2 villagers going down to the Rambai. Skirmishers getting a little bit disorganized here. You can always expect that from Age of Empires 2 units. And gonna get cleaned up a little bit here as that Mangonel proves to be well worth the cost there.
No.
Stable coming up from Vivi.
Yes.
Chat off. And of course, people in the chat saying how hard it is to go against the Burmese here without those nerfs yet. Siege Workshop coming up from Vivi. Feels like his army's really strong. He's got a strong Rambai, and this is very good. This is very good. The Siege Workshop gets denied. It's on the hill. Some weak walls here. There's gold here. Town center, of course. This is a really big deal because Vivi, the Max really needs to control this hill. Boy, if he could somehow get onto Mameluke production, he'd be golden, but...
Yes.
That's always a hard thing to do as the Saracens. The Mameluke itself, without the lead upgrades, not very strong. They are expensive, and the Saracens don't get great eco bonuses. More villagers coming forward. Looks like the Siege Workshop might get up. If the Max can hold for some time here, maybe a dwindle on these Rambai numbers, and possibly get up to the Arbalest upgrade, you know, he'd be in a fine situation, but it's really hard getting to that point. 4 town centers now for the Max just to try to defend himself a little bit better. You just have to have a good mass of skirmishers and crossbows. Never take a bad engagement, and is this going to be a bad engagement? Rambai getting on top of the hill, using that mobility. Town center barely out of range. And now a very small group for the Max of crossbows and archers. Trying to get back into it, 4 archery ranges. Trying to build back those numbers. For some reason there was a hole here, and these Rambai will exploit that. And they will get through that house in no time. However, it could be a little bit of a trap. Is ballistics done? It's a little bit hard to tell. It better be done. Otherwise, these archers have no chance. Oh, get back at the town center! Get back at the town center! What are you doing? Oh, no! That could have been a few extra Rambai down. Oh, I'm going to check. Does the Max have ballistics? That's a big upgrade. Ballistics here. No, he does not have the ballistics, so it wouldn't matter in the town center. But that's a big upgrade. That could have been, man. If the Max was somehow able to use that Saracen Market magic to get the ballistics upgrade earlier, that's a big deal. That would have been 5-6 extra Arambai down. And now, it looks like Vivi's still bet on stone. I think he's going to go for a castle. No. Is he? Yeah, it is. So this is a key moment in this game. This castle has to be denied for Vivi. For the Max to have a chance at this game. Will it be enough? Monk going to get a convert too. Need to see more prediction from the Max. This is it. It's all or nothing. 2 mangonels here. Doing well. Oh, there's a knight here. Oh, boy. This knight could get two mangonels. Archer's going to come over. This is a critical part in the game. Imperial Age coming in for the Max. Counter castle coming up. It's too defensive. It should be right here. This castle really should be right here. That's a big deal. Okay, Mangonel going to go down. Looks like both castles will get up. How far is Vivi from going up to the next age? Vivi's pretty far from going up to the next age. Light cavalry being upgraded. Oh, there's a lot of things to check here. Okay, gold is... A little bit of gold is being taken. How much more gold? A little bit of gold here. Good wood. Decent farms. This gold inaccessible. So the Max is hurting a little bit for gold. Could win a trebuchet battle here, though, so this castle will go down. And, man, if we could see Bracer come in, that could be game-changing. However, the Max is investing into Light Cavalry, and I don't like that decision. Light Cavalry not going to do well against Arambai. Even these skirmishers are able to do okay. And the Max has done so many things right this game. It's such an uphill battle for him, even though the castle is downhill, of course, with this civilization in this map. And even Vivi with the map control taking his 3rd relic now. He's got to minimize the damage. Oh man, I just don't like this decision into Light Cavalry. I don't know. I feel like his economy's not that strong. It is pretty strong though. It's 115 villagers. I just would have liked to see an Arbalest and Bracer. But here we go. The Max up to the next age. Vivi's getting close to clicking up. 800 food, 300 gold, enough stone for a castle now, and mining stone heavily. So he's going to probably try to repair this up. Here comes another potential big raid. Of course, the Light Cavalry are nowhere to be in sight. It was not a good army choice. Oh, wait, there they are. It's still not a good army choice, though, I think. Might be enough just to keep these Arambai moving. Hopefully, not going to lose too many villagers here. This could be a big raid. 120 villagers for the Max. And maybe I was wrong with maybe I was wrong about the Light Cav. I don't know. I think they're doing okay. Skirmishers in the back should be able to do it. Skirmishers now have Bracer. They're a lot more formidable. They, of course, have that ballistics upgrade. And it's looking pretty okay. Very close game so far. This whole game has been very close. It's a very good game. I'm glad I was able to cast this for you. And even a decent raid here. This knight, again, no armor. We've seen how important the armor is when going against skirmishers. And I would fight that. Well, except for the Mangonel, of course. Too much micro. The Viper would fight that. Chemistry coming in, going to make these units even stronger. +2 armor for the Light Cav. And castle going to go down without any repairs. 2 trebuchets, got to back them up. Got to move on to the next castle with this this Imperial Age, advantage that you have. Looks like is Vivi going full into Castle Age? It looks like he's really trying to invest into it. There's not a huge power spike with the Burmese when they get into Imperial Age. The elite upgrade doesn't really give you too much. But I think the Max should be able to hold this. Skirmishers with Bracer, with Chemistry, with the last armor especially, should be able to hold against a Rimbai. You know, now the Light Cav getting strong too. All these Imperial upgrades. As you can see, with the Bracer, it makes a huge difference against Mangonels too. And down those go. Those will be annoying. Knight's going to come back now. Has +1 armor. Even an elephant being made to deal with that in the north. And this is a lot of Vivi's economy. Pretty much not very efficient. I would back out of here for now. Kill the knight, maybe. Another castle coming up. This is another crucial moment in this game. Lots of skirmishes here. Gotta take out the mangonel first. That elephant is very formidable, though. Oh, boy. Mangonel's gonna come in. Yeah, this is a good decision. Come back for now. Don't want to lose too many villagers. Just build up the army a little bit. Bring the trebuchets in. Few cavalry archers even being made. I like that decision again. Saracen's pretty good cavalry archers. Mangonel will get taken out eventually. It's not being very efficient because these units are not very clumped up. One more hit! One more HP! Oh, boy. One more. There you go. Okay, trebuchet's gonna come in. Could even deploy in this castle right now. Not a big deal. You know, eventually that castle should get up for the max if he has the army count. Plate barding armor coming in right now. Just gotta hold this area. Just gotta hold this area. Keep the town center up. Keep the army coming out. Keep the villagers working. And try to raid as much as possible. Tons of cavalry archers raiding on the top. Villager count 120 to 110. Castle coming up even. This is a good area for wood. Good area to push on top of the hill. Right into the Vivi's economy. And there's even a gold here. We know that the Max really needs his gold right now. And I think the Max has this game in the bag. He's got more villagers. Has more upgrades. I don't think Vivi's anywhere close to going up to the next stage. He's not. 0 food. Oh, wait. There we go. Just as he says that. Going up to the next stage. But either way, shouldn't have a huge power spike from that. And finally, we get to see the cavalry archers from the Max. Now the Saracens. Now they're a force to be reckoned with. Strong cavalry archers. Mamelukes are an option now. Heavy cavalry archer coming in, just like we said at the beginning of the game. But it's so hard to get there sometimes with, you know, with all this pressure coming in from a very strong civilization such as the Burmese. And I think the Max has this in the bag. This whole game, I've kind of been pushing for the Max to take it because he's, you know, he's had all these disadvantages, but he's played a solid game. He's played a very solid game. But now the tables have turned. How can Vivi win this game now? So Vivi currently is going up only against 2 trebuchets. He has been taking the Max's gold, which is good. If somehow Vivi could maybe hold this position, keep his castle up, it's obviously got to transition to something else. You know, maybe looking at Halberdier and... I have no clue. There's the GG there. Apparently Vivi has no clue either. What an excellent game. Of course, I'm casting this just for YouTube. And I'm going to be uploading the next week. I still have some videos from about what was it, about a month ago? Some casts of the Nomad tournament. I think they're very good games, so I'm going to upload them, even though they are a little bit old. I'm sure a lot of you have not seen them yet, but they are some very good games, and I was casting with Demise Red. So I'm going to upload those for this week, and otherwise, we'll be doing some more casting like this, and I'll be doing some more casting on Voobly Official. Make sure you follow them over there. And we'll be getting back to the Joan of Arc Extreme version when I see you next. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.